Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another Hookster live stream. Yes, we're back for the ERL. We're at Spa. It's round 7 of the championship. We're on F1 23 because 24 is shit. 24 is shit. Yes, it is. I hope 25 is going to be better, otherwise we could be in serious trouble. Unfortunately, though, we did play F1 2010 back in the day for 5 years in the league. Because we weren't happy. Well, we weren't happy with 2011, which was fair enough. That was rubbish. But Joe wasn't happy with 2012 either because the cars weren't exactly equal, and so we didn't do that one. We didn't do 2013. Of course, we didn't do 2014. So yes, 5 years we spent on 2010. Wowzers! Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Anyway, let's go join the lads now.
Dave's here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I've answered the door. Ding dong.
Ding dong, which is that? What old witch? That fucking bitch. There's Gomez.
Gomez.
Hey, Gomez.
Yo.
Yo.
Hey, Jamie.
Mr. J? I was holding my breath for you, Jamie. Oh shit, yeah, well, I'm gonna pass out at that rate.
Tommy!
Dave!
It was a disaster!
What do you mean it was somebody
It
clean
was a
your pipes?
disaster! No, you couldn't turn the water off, so I had to put my finger in the hole to stop the water coming out.
Oh my god. You had to put your finger, what, in the pipe to stop it?
No, I was joking.
Oh my god.
But he couldn't turn the water off. That part is true. Yeah. My stock cock is no longer working inside the house.
Oh.
So he said, "It's all right. I'll turn it off from the outside." So he did that. He went, "That's not quite working either."
Oh,
Anyway.
Jesus.
It slowed it down, but it didn't actually turn it off. But it slowed it down enough because I just turned all the taps on in the house so that it, makes the pressure go right down. Yeah. So I put all the taps on, so there was just enough for him to do the repair with just like a little bit of water leaking out. So that wasn't too bad.
To like depressurize. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. If you put all the taps on, it makes the pressure drop right down, even if you can't turn it on completely. But yeah, that was fun.
Shit.
That was fun.
I just imagine the sounds of Niagara Falls at Dave's house.
Oh yeah.
Taps just.
They were when you put the water back on. I was like, oh, hang on, I've got to turn these off.
Holy.
So now I've got to get in touch with the water board to get them to sort that out because that's their responsibility, not mine.
Right. Yeah.
When you turn the lever outside, it's supposed to turn the water off. It's not supposed to just reduce it a little bit,
Yeah. The main shut off water to your house from the street. Correct?
Yeah. Another big scam, Dom. About I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, they replaced all the lines with water meters in them.
Yeah.
Now, before, when you had to turn the mains off, you had to get this really big metal rod, stick it down into a hole. You needed muscles like Schwarzenegger to turn this handle round to turn the water off, yeah?
Yeah.
which was fair enough. Now, because there's a water meter there in place of all that, you've got the water meter, and then right next to it is this little piece of plastic which looks like a toothbrush. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's clipped onto the side of the meter. You take that off, and you then stick it into this little tiny piece of plastic and turn it, and that's supposed to turn your water off. I mean, it's the cheapest, rubbishy looking thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, like they would.
Yeah, it's a water meter, yeah. It's all a condom, especially when they say that they read the meters. Yeah, he lifted the cap off, and it was so full of so much dirt and guns. That's never been lifted in years, and yet every year I get a bill saying, "Oh, we've read your meter." No, they haven't. All a con. All a con.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with gas meters, especially in North America. I mean, you can ask Joe too. There was a big scandal with gas meter fraud happening, at least in Rhode Island, as far as I know. But it happened here in Ontario too, because there's a monopolization when it comes to natural. Is it natural gas? Yeah, natural gas and electricity is all run by one company. So it's like everybody has a gas meter at the side of their house, and there's no way to. The biggest problem I have with it is that there's no way for the end user to actually measure and confirm how much natural gas they're using versus how much is actually flowing through the physical meter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, for example, when you go to the gas station, right? One question you might ask is, how do I know that whatever's reading on the screen, say you put in 5 gallons, how do I know that the same reading on the screen is actually 5 gallons going into your car?
Oh yeah, and it isn't.
Well, here's the thing.
It is here, because we have inspectors here that check it.
Right. So that's one thing. Yeah, so there are inspectors that do it. And the second thing is you can always check it yourself with a jerry can. Like, it's extreme, but you could just fill a jerry can with like a gallon of gas each time. Like, there's a way for you to check it yourself is what I'm getting at. But with the natural gas pipes, it's not like you can disassemble. It's illegal to tamper with it in any way. At least it is here in Ontario. It's probably the same throughout North America. Like, you can't mess with your natural gas meters. It's because
illegal,
it's super dangerous.
and also really stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
For some people, they don't care about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, which for safety reasons, I completely understand. Yeah, it's just I feel like the natural gas companies know this, and they know that the end user can't confirm that what's actually being read on the meter is what's actually being used. So
I smell a conspiracy coming up.
Well, that's the thing, Gomez. It's actually happened. Like, there's news articles.
Yeah, of course.
I remember Joe was showing me. Yeah, in Rhode Island, they overcharged people hundreds of thousands of dollars, like across the entire state, but if not millions. But yeah.
And of course, if it's
yeah.
Go on, carry on.
No, I was going to say it's probably the same with water meters too, like what you were mentioning. Like, the government says they check the water meters and you get a monthly water bill, but it's like the gas meter thing, you know? It's like, how do you measure properly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh wow.
Really? In St. Louis? Shit. Do they have like high state tax? How do they pay for that? Oh, it's a flat rate. Okay, nice. There's a guy that lives kind of close to me. He builds his homemade ice rink, hockey rink, on a field that's kind of in his backyard, or like a little past his backyard. So I don't know how the hell he fills it, but I mean, I guess he gets the hose from his backyard and slowly fills it up. It must cost him freaking hundreds of dollars just to fill the damn rink. Oh, we could do some practice, guys. If oh, where the hell is everybody? There's only 4 people in the room. I mean, there's more in the party chat, but
Yeah, I was just doing some laps on my own.
oh, gotcha. Just gonna make sure I got all the invites out. Yeah, we can do some laps.
I'm ready up, so let some guys get in here.
I think you can go and I can join later, right? I'm joining right now, but I
Yeah,
think you can go to
there is a
practice.
way to join after the practice session.
I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm done doing laps. I don't even need to turn a lap now, so.
Okay.
It's Yas Marina, right? Or Abu Dhabi or whatever the...
No, it's Belgium.
Oh, shit.
were you practicing for like 20 minutes on the
Yeah,
wrong
I guess
track?
I wrote down the wrong thing. It doesn't matter, really.
Yeah, because last week was Monaco. I think this is only our second time doing it on this game.
Yeah, what's up with Joe putting decent tracks on the calendar?
I don't know.
Very weird, isn't it?
Yeah, he usually puts bad tracks like
I know.
Hungaroring on it every
let's
season.
not talk about that one, Dom. Please.
Yeah, after my performance at that track, it's my least favorite track now.
Can you see now why I hate it? Can you see why I hate it?
Yeah.
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 It's just nothing. I call it the Alzheimer's track because it just never knows where it's going. One minute it's going left, 1 minute it's going right, and then it wants to go left. Just find a straight, for God's sake. There's only one straight on that track, and that's it, isn't it? That's the start finish. That's it.
It feels like that. There's a track in Gran Turismo 3 that it was like a test track or something that like had all these winding parts, and then it had like a square zigzag part. Randy, do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a test track in GT3. I don't know what the specific name was.
GT3 or 4. GT3 and 4, yeah.
Yeah.
3 and 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the Hungaroring feels like.
Do you remember on 3 and 4 when you did the license test and you literally had to go round in a circle for about a minute?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. That you can imagine how that does with someone with vertigo. I mean, I had to do it just to get the pass on the license test, but I was like, that was the longest minute of my life.
It's a set of 5 guys. Oh, my goodness.
It says, no, I would probably go with 4.
Pussies.
Well, I mean, you could do 5, but like, I'm surprised. Like 5. I mean, obviously 5's great on the straights, but there's a couple of slow corners where you're really gonna suffer.
And you could die at the top of the hill, but, you know, that's not a big deal.
Monza, I think Joe and I went 4. So I'm probably going to use 4 again. I'll do some warm-up laps on 5, but I don't think that's the right call. Alright, there we go.
Let's get a few laps under our belt.
I'll try 5. Oh my god.
I know Dave's on set of 5.
Yeah, I'm trying it. I have no rear grip.
No, Dave, I was going to switch over to your channel, but there are some girls surfing in Hawaii. I don't know how the hell you expect to get any views tonight.
Oh no!
surfing chicks in Hawaii.
Oh. Hello, Shane Paul. Welcome to the stream. It's Halloween in a few weeks. Should we expect another F1? Yes, of course. We will be having another F1 98 video. It's tradition. It's tradition. I'm 3/4 of the way for editing it. So then I've just got to put my commentary on top. Put my commentary on the top, and away we will go. So hopefully it should be finished hopefully before Halloween anyway. So yes, there will be another one because it's traditional, isn't it? It's traditional now. Right, I've got to have a look at things because I've been kicked out of what I was doing. Okay, so as far as let me just. I'm having some problems at the moment, or at least the person who's hosting this is. So I'm going to stop. But I understand I'm still streaming. I'm just going to check that. So I think you can still hear me. Broadcast. Yes, I am still streaming. So it's not a problem at my end. It's a problem with the person who's running the lobby at the moment, which will get sorted soon. So get back to Shane. Where was I? Right, well, apparently the PlayStation Network is down. I've just checked it on the down detector, and yeah, it's got a 90% failure on the server. I'm still streaming, though, which is very weird, but of course, that's probably a different part of the PSN network, so hopefully I'm still getting out. I think I am. Anyway, enough of this. Let's get back to Shane. Hopefully you can still hear me, Shane. I'm not quite sure what's going on at the moment. We're all over the place. It looks like the PlayStation's decided to do the old computer says no. I'm getting messages every 5 seconds. Right, okay. Sorry about this, Shane, if you're still watching. We're having serious problems here. The network apparently is down. I'm just trying to find out. Oh, here we are. I presume I'm live. I've no idea. This is a piece of history, because I might not even be broadcasting. I think I am, but I'm not sure. I think I am, but I'm not sure. Go messages in the chat. He says, I'm sorry, Dave, let me back in the chat. Testing, is this thing on? Yes. Oh, he can hear me. Okay, I must be on then. Okay. To be honest, how much did you drink? I think I did at least a 6-pack to play that game again. It's straight. Well, the good thing for me is I do it in about 3 stages. I do it all in one night, but I do like 20 laps. Then I take a half-hour break and I go back and another 20 laps, and then I just, so I do it in like 3 different stages, so it isn't too bad. The only unfortunate bit is because it's F198, there's no way of saving it. So on a 100% race, you've got to do the whole thing in one night, or just basically leave your PlayStation on all night, which I don't like to do because, it uses electricity. So, yeah, I just do it all in one night, but I do it in like 3 different stages. So, yeah, I get through it. Let's put it that way. PlayStation won't let me in the network. No, that's right, Gomez, and everyone else is unable to join as well. There is a network outage at PlayStation at the moment. They're all sending messages. I know you haven't got Facebook, so they're all sending messages in the Facebook chat saying they can't get in. So it's not you, it's them. Yes, I am still streaming apparently. So there you go. But yes, it won't let me into the network either. Dave is ghosting me. Yes. Dear. But yes, apparently I am still streaming. Well, I must be still streaming because you're sending me messages. Oh, 20 laps, drink another 20 laps, another. I know, Gomez, I know. I'm sorry. It had to happen eventually, you know. Alright, let's just do a little.
So our fastest lap is a 1:46.5.
Wow, that is so loud because it's thrown me out of the party chat. Because usually the party chat reduces the volume by 50%. Let me see if I can get back in the party chat. What was that film, Gomez? Oh, I know what it was. Apollo 13. Well, it's not a film. It's it's actually real life, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Houston, we have a problem. And yes, we have a problem. The PlayStation Network is currently down. Even though I'm streaming, I feel like one of those guys that talks on the radio after war's just broken out, you know? I will be here broadcasting throughout the night. Reporting from our lads and lassies on the front lines. But yeah, I can't do anything either, except just sit here and talk utter nonsense, which is basically what I do anyway, so no change there then. But very unusual that I am still streaming. Usually when the network goes down, the whole thing goes down. But obviously the streaming part is still working. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Right, let's see what the messages are on the Facebook. Okay, gamers, we're going to wait until 9 o'clock. If you're still out there, we're going to wait till 9 o'clock to see if it clears up. So that's 9 o'clock at the moment. If it clears up at 9, of course, we'll go straight to qualifying straight away. Spa's not a super long circuit, obviously. It's quite long, but it's not like a Monaco or anything like that. If it's Monaco, we'd probably have to call it a day. But yeah, so we're looking at 9 o'clock now. We're going to attempt to see if it's cleared up by then. Okay. Fun and games. Is there anyone still listening to me on the PlayStation? Please send me a message if you can still hear me. And I'm still broadcasting to the nation. Can someone send me a message? Because I've no idea what's going on. I don't even know if I'm broadcasting. I must be. I'm doing a Jerry Ellison rewatch. Yes. Is that after Parker? Yes, I was very sad to hear that news. Parker, yes, milady. David Graham, 99 years old though. Wow, what a life that must have been. 99 years old. Jeez Louise, I couldn't believe it. 99 years old. He was an old man when he was the voice on Thunderbirds. He was not a young man. He was old. I think he was well into his late 50s, getting off 60s, and that was 1965. So yeah, well done for reaching 99. Blimey, I don't think I'll be reaching 99. Oh, we got more messages. Wow. Joe's just said on the Facebook, ha ha, of course it would take the return of Christ to knock down Dave's stream. So yes, we are still interneting on the stream, so I'm just going to talk to you guys now because there's nothing else I can do. I can't get into a party chat and that's it, but I can still stream, so here we go. I'm doing my favourite episode of every series, well, apart from Torchy. Yeah, Torchy the Battery Boy was a little bit too early. There was, I always said, like, the puppets really looked like those Punch and Judy puppets you used to get, you know, down at the seaside when you used to go on holiday once a year. They really did look like it. And the way their mouths used to clank together as well, it really did look like Punch and Judy. I think for me, when I started Jerry Anderson, I always start a supercar. Because even though the puppets are still primitive, that seems to have been like the first series where they had started to evolve, you know, the look of the puppets to make them look more realistic. Yeah, I'm about to do Terrorhawks. I registered at that ITVX, and Terrorhawks is on it for free. So yes, I'll be there soon. At the moment, I am watching The Secret Service. I've never seen it before, ever. I've seen clips of it on YouTube, obviously, but I've never watched a whole episode. Very, very weird series, but still enjoyable. It's a shame it got cancelled. I think it could have gone a little bit longer. It could have gone to a whole series, I think, instead of just like 12 episodes. So, yeah, but very, very weird. Of course, with Mr. Stanley Unwin, with his own language that he invented. I can understand why that didn't translate well, and so that's why it's cancelled. But, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. So anyway, welcome anyone who's actually listening to this stream. This is going to be me just spat a load of rubbish for God knows how long. Because at the moment, the PlayStation Network, the Sony PlayStation Network, yes, that one that we pay a lot of money to every year, is currently experiencing problems. In fact, there's been a huge spike at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time in the PlayStation Network. So yes, everything is not currently working. Which the thing that is working is my stream, which is still broadcasting. And obviously I am within the PlayStation Network, but I am broadcasting to YouTube, so maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. My favourite episode of Secret Service is Hole in One. I just seen that. I think it was last week. I'm pretty sure it was last week. Yeah, I've just seen that. Yeah, I did like that one. Very good. As I say, I'm literally... This to me is like a brand new... It's like watching a brand new Jerry Addison show. It's just absolutely great because I've never seen it. All the time I've been saying to myself, I must buy that, but I just never got round to it, you know? Never got round to it. But, yeah, it's... But yeah, it's a quite a fascinating series. I mean, I can see why it was cancelled. I mean, Lou Grady was the boss of all this, wasn't he, back in the day? The American guy who did all the financing for Jerry Addison. He said that like the American audience wouldn't understand the unwillingness. I can understand that, but I thought going into the series that was all he did during the episode was talk unwillingness all the time. So I can definitely understand why that wouldn't translate well. But he only really uses it in very short intervals through an episode, like mostly to confuse people, like law enforcement and stuff like that. You know, that's the only reason he uses it. The rest of the time, he's just speaking normally. So yeah, I was very surprised that it got cancelled because of that. And my phone's deciding to keep switching off. Well, we have 3 viewers. That's more than what I usually get when I'm doing the F1. Fantastic indeed. There you go. So we are here doing the ERL, or we think we're doing the ERL. Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock as well. It's nearly 9 o'clock. We're almost at the Last Chance Saloon. I remember he did a children's TV show called The Great Bong. Yeah, I've heard of that. Don't think I've ever seen it, but I have heard of The Great Bong, yes. Yeah, so I'm waiting to get through the Secret Service. I think I've only got about 4 episodes left of that, and then I should be on to Terrorhawks. Terrorhawks to me is just like brilliant, absolutely brilliant, really is. I mean, it's bonkers, it's mad, but it's just, you know, brilliant to me. Loved it. Obviously, you know, Thunderbirds is the number one up there to me, Thunderbirds. But you know, as a later series, like in the 80s, I did like it. I've seen like clips of it recently, and it does seem to have dated a bit, which is a shame because those Jerry Addison shows don't really date, especially like Thunderbirds and Stingray and all that, Captain Scarlet. There's no date to those. They will carry on for another 100, even when we get past the year that they're set in, which I think is 2063 in it or something like that. We will get past that date and they still won't be outdated. In 100 years' time, people will still be watching those shows. I guarantee you. Classics. But I do understand that the Terrorhawks has got that 80s sort of datedness to it, which is probably the only Jerry Addison show that I think has, to be honest. We've got 4 minutes to go till 9 o'clock. Let's just go to the down detector and see what we're doing. You go to PlayStation Network, it says all services are up and running. All services are up and running. You go to Down Detector and it says, oh my god, there's a huge problem. User reports indicate problems at PlayStation. You really need to sort your shit out, you know. Really need to sort your shit out. Dom's just said, for tonight's race, maybe we can play Micro Machines on Steam, right, Dave? No, we cannot. Right, okay, so problems at PlayStation still. We got a, oh my god, we got a huge spike. 5,630, I don't know whether that's people or what. 82% of the server connection is not working, 15% on login. I'm still logged into Sony, but I'm not going to log out because I'm still logged in, because if you log out, you can never usually log back in again. So at the moment, the problem with Sony is the server. The server is 82% down, that's pretty catastrophic, I have to say. And it looks like it's worldwide, because I'm just looking at the comments underneath of people that have made comments, and yeah, it's all down. It's all down in the UK, everyone. If there's any UK viewers watching, it's all down in the UK, all over the area of England. Hull, Lincoln, Cardiff, Selby. Oh my god, they're all over the place. PSN, Spazkaz says, PSN has totally crashed. All servers are down. Time to go buy that PC, I guess. There you go. Oh dear, this looks like disaster. I don't think they're going to get that fixed very, very soon. Not if it's worldwide, because it's affecting us in the UK as well as in America. So yeah, I don't think that's going to get fixed. Not tonight, Josephine. If it's only a local issue, it would have come back by now, but oh my god, yes. So there you go. We've got 4 minutes left before the 9 o'clock deadline. What's chat? Well, I've got trending in gaming on Twitter right now, which I've just clicked on. So I presume this is about Sony. And there is Sony, that's what we want to click on anyway. Yeah, comments. Official Sony. So anybody who can still hear me, we are going to leave it until 9:15. 9:15. That's going to be the absolute latest cut-off. 9:15. But it doesn't look good because it looks like it's a worldwide outage. But we're going to stay till 9:15, and then after that we are going to call it a day. So just 11 minutes left for this to come back online. Personally, I don't think it will in 11 minutes because it's worldwide, but we will stay on. We will stay defiant till the end. We will fight them in the beaches. We will fight them. I don't know. I can't remember the rest of it. Let me see if anyone's still listening to my waffle. Is anybody still listening to my waffle? I remember the first Turtles episode I watched. It was a Saturday morning. It was on at 11:30 a.m. before that was number 73. That particular episode, number 73, has just been uploaded to YouTube. First Turtles episode I watched. It was a Saturday morning. Well, I better get to bed, Dave. Yeah, good night there, Shane. Thanks for joining me, mate, tonight. I say, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a no-no due to network problems. But thanks anyway, Shane, for joining me tonight. So here we are, everyone. We're going to leave it until 9:15, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I am sitting here broadcasting live over the PlayStation Network, which apparently isn't working. I don't even know what you guys are seeing on the screen. Oh, are you seeing the same what I'm seeing? It was a Saturday morning. It was on like that. Yes, you're seeing that screen as well, are you? Let me see if I can get rid of that. Wait, Dave, how the hell are you still in the game? We are live on the PlayStation Network right now. In fact, I think I'm the only one that is live on the PlayStation Network right now. There's Mr. Drum Tank. Hello. Oh, thank you, Dom, for the $2. Thank you, mate. I should put that towards my my leaky faucet. That's what they say, isn't it? I've got a leaky faucet. Let's celebrate their 10th Super on a live stream. Oh, okay. It looks like you're going to get you got little party balloons, Dom. I think you're the 10th Super Chat or something like that. Anyway, it can't be 10 years of Super Chat. That's way too long. I've only been on YouTube 10 years, and they certainly didn't have Super Chat 10 years ago. So it must be, I don't know what it is. But you got little party balloons, you got a little 10, you got a love heart, you got like a little party out or a birthday cake. I don't know. It's all going on for you, Dom. It's all going on for you. No, this must mean I've donated 10 times to your stream. Well, you know, I do like people who donate to my stream. Oh, that sounds so rude. Oh, dear. Wow, you're the 10th donator. Wowzers. Wowzers me trousers. And here we are, everyone. Yes. Yes, I'm broadcasting from the bunker. I will carry on reporting what's happening with the lads and lassies out on the front line. Yes, yes, I will never give up. I will never surrender. Don't you know? Don't you know? I have no idea why I'm still streaming or how I'm still streaming. Because this is going through the PlayStation Network. It is being broadcast to YouTube, yes, but it is going through the PlayStation Network. So that part of the network must be working, streaming. So it's very weird. I can't do anything. I've still got the game on screen, you can probably see, static screen, but that's it. I can't do anything else. I can't get into a party. Can I make a party chat? Wait a minute. Let's see if I can make a party chat. Da, 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 da. Dee, 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 dee. Here we are, start party. Dee, 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 dee. Starting party, it says. Starting party. I don't think it will actually do one. It's taken a very long time. Oh, we got 5 minutes to go until the final cut-off time. Oh, what happened there? Oh, can't start party. There you go. So... Can I invite friends to this game? Let's have a look. Give that a go. I'm just clutching at straws here. No, we're getting a very long delay, so I don't think that's working. So yes, I am still in the game. As far as I know, I'm still doing Dom's practice session. I think so. Can I actually... hang on a minute. Can I go out on track?
All set. We're ready
Yes,
to go.
this is still Dom's practice session. Surely it must have run out by now. I didn't check the timer. I'll have a look in a minute. I know it was an hour session, so... No, look, we've still got 7 minutes left. And according to this, everyone's still in there. Oh, look at this. Everyone's still in there. I don't think that's possible, but there you go. I'm going out on track now. Yes. So we go down into Radion and we climb the hill up into Eau Rouge, full on the power, into 8th gear, DRS engaged, into the ERS as well, full power. Yes, set up 5, full beads, brake very, very hard, just past the marker points, into the right, into the left. Go down the hill now, braking hard into this very, very tight right-hander, just let it drift off into the left. I don't know, Dom. I don't know how. Am I still playing? What's going to happen after 7 minutes? Am I going to start a race? Who's going to be in the race? Just me. Oh, wide on the exit. Bit of gravel. Past the crypto.com sign. Don't buy crypto, everyone. Another massive scam. Oh, use all your deployment. Past the Pirelli sign. Brake hard. Oh, brake too hard. Not enough. Oh, straight into the MSN cruises. Maybe not. And we cross the line in a fantastic, God knows. So we've got 5 minutes left of qualifying. I've been very intrigued to know what happens after this. I may be going to a race with myself. Oh my God, I just thought of something. This could be my first ever ERL win. Oh, I can't wait for 5 minutes to be up now. This could be my first ever ERL win. It could be. It could be, Dom. It could be. Now, I had to check the rule book, but I'm thinking to myself that, hang on a minute, this is an officially sanctioned practice session for the ERL. If this rolls into a race, then that's an officially sanctioned race, surely. The mere fact that there won't be anyone in it apart from me is immaterial. Oh my God, this is very exciting now. I could be racing around Spa. I wonder what the AI set at. I can't wait. I can't wait. 4 minutes, hurry up and go. I'm going to have my own ERL race for the first time, all to myself, yes. Oh my God, this is going to be spectacular. $217. Break at the 50-meter board because we're Maverick. We don't care. Yes. So this could be a piece of history, everyone. I'm about to go into an officially sanctioned ERL race, and I've got a very good chance that I could be the winner for the first time ever in the 10 years I've been competing in the ERL. Yes, since 2014 we started on F1 2010, and we continued on F1 2010 for 5 bloody years. Well, it's understandable because F1 2011 was a complete pile of monkeys' boobies. Yes, it was. F1 2012, apparently the cars weren't equal. And then, of course, we had 2013, which we just didn't really bother with. And 2014 was an absolute pigsty of a game. Pigsty of a game. So we stayed on that bloody F1 2010 for 5 solid years. I would have to do that with this game. Oh, I should be seriously disappointed. Are you listening to me, Codemasters? Are you listening to me? You need to sort out your shit. And Sony as well. Sony. What are you doing, Sony? What are you doing? Come on. You know we pay good money to be on your network, don't you? And you put the price up by £10 as well, Sony. £10 you put the price up. And yet you want us to put up with this absolute travesty of the fact that it's ERL. You must know that we're on a ERL sanctioned race on a Monday night, and you decide to close down the network for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough, Sony. You need to sort your shit out. You really do. Come on, I'm 2 minutes away from an ERL sanctioned race, lads. I'm getting excited now. This could be the best ever. It really could. Be even worse if I don't win it. Just hope Tom hasn't got the AI on 110. Otherwise I definitely won't win it.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 46.5.
That's right, I'm just looking at that.
If you start to suffer from oversteer, come in and let us have a look at the setup. You'll get oversteer if the rear tyres lose grip before the front.
No, I
Usually
can't
this will be
send
coming from a
invites.
lack of rear downforce.
Joe, if you happen to be
Hopefully
watching me, I
stiffer
can't. I did just try.
A little tweak
That was the first thing I did was send invites, but it's not working.
help with this.
Okay, so we're going for Spa attempt number 2 next week. We had decided to stop the lobby, but anyway, I'm not interested in that whatsoever. What I'm interested in is whether we start the game, and I'm going to win this ERL sanctioned race. Oh! Here we go, everyone. Right, shush now. I've got to switch the internet, switch my phone off, so I get maximum concentration for this, because this is going to be epic. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 people in this lobby. Look at this, 5 people. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh no, it's qualifying. There were not enough players to start. No. My big chance of winning an official ERL sanctioned race, and there's not enough players. No. Why did you do this to me? Why? No. Oh. They've all gone. They've all gone and left me. No. Is that enough emojis for you there, Dom? Is it? Can you have put a little few more on? Oh no. In the words of James May from Top Gear, oh cock. Oh, I was genuinely excited. I was thinking that I was going to be racing in a sanctioned ERL, because it's still sanctioned, it's still running. Yes, it's Dom's officially sanctioned ERL race. Oh God, I was so excited. I was so excited. Please, just one last chance. Maybe I can invite some people. Can I invite anyone, please? Anyone out there? Is anyone out there that could join? Just one will be enough. No, it won't, because it said 5 wasn't enough. No. 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 Balls to you, Sony. That's what I say. Balls. What are you doing? What are you doing? See, Sony, Dom, is becoming just like what you were saying about your gas company. One gas company, they've got a monopoly, which means they can then charge whatever they like, because what else are you going to do? Are you not going to have gas in your house? No, of course not. So you've got to pay it. And now Sony is getting itself into that position, because Xbox is... Something went wrong. No shit, Sherlock. Yes, I'll tell you what went wrong. My whole life has gone wrong. It's just flashed all before me from the day I was a little tiny sprog coming out of the womb and going meh, 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 and then through the years, and that time when I had that unfortunate incident with the dog lead and the fire brigade. Let's not talk about that. Let's just gloss past that bit, yes. And the whole of the rest of my life, it just flashed in front of my eyes, because I thought I was going to be raising an officially ERL section, and it didn't. It's not worked. Anyway, Sony, listen to me. Listen to me. I am a Sony fanboy. I've been a Sony fanboy ever since you came out with the PlayStation 1. Yes, that little grey box Marvel that everyone loved, which only lasted 5 minutes because the laser would give up, but we still loved it anyway, didn't we, lads? We still loved it. Yes, that little grey box. Oh, it was a joy. It was such a joy. It really was. We loved it, Sony, and we loved you. And then you went and surprised us, and you made the PlayStation 2, which was an even better little black box this time. Yes, it was even better, because this model could play DVDs. Yes, those funny little round disc things, yes, that we didn't really know what they were, but we loved it. And we actually found out that we could put a movie, a DVD movie, and watch it on our PlayStation 2. Nobody ever bothered, but the fact was that we could do it. And we loved you for that, Sony. And then all the developers around the world, thank you, Drum, all the developers around the world made so many games for the PS2. You go back and look at the PS2 software library. Nothing has ever come close to how many games were made for the PS2. Everyone loved the PS2. The graphics were what I call an acceptable level. They were an acceptable level. They didn't look real. Obviously, they look cartoon, but it's just something about the look of the PS2 games that was magical. Really, it wasn't even high def. No, it wasn't even high def. They could only chuck out a 480i picture, which was equivalent to a DVD at the time. So it wasn't even high def, but we just loved it. Loved it to death. That's why it's still, I think at the moment, still the top selling console. I think it's about to be dethroned by the Switch. I've got a feeling it's going to be. But at the moment, it's still the highest selling console of all time. And we loved it, Sony. We loved it and we loved you. And then things started to go wrong. You came out with the PlayStation 3, Sony. The all-conquering mega box, as you reported it to be. It was going to be everything. It was going to be your media center. Yes, you could download films to its own hard drive and watch them off the hard drive. Something that even today you can't do. You can't do that on the PS4. You can't do that on a PS5. There is a reason for that, though, and that's because piracy and hacking. Of course, if you can download something to a hard drive, you can also download a virus and a hack program to a hard drive. That is why you can't do it on the PS4 or the PS5. You can read files, but you can't write them to the hard drive. And that was one of the biggest disappointments for me. But the PS3, Sony, was just an absolute disaster in terms of marketing and in terms of price. I think it was $599 when that came out. $509. There was a lot of technology in the box. It had, for the first time, Blu-ray, a Blu-ray drive, which was basically $400 at the time just for a Blu-ray drive to go in that PlayStation 3. So for $599, they were selling those consoles at $200 basically. So I can understand all of that. But the console was just a disaster. If you look at the selling of the PlayStation 3, it's I think it's 67 million or something like that, compared to, I think, 155 million for the PS2. It's not good. And the reason was because the price was too high. You've got two camps, Sony. You've got your consoles and your PCs. We sometimes clash. Yes, sometimes we clash. But most of the time we keep separate. And the thing is, console gaming was set up from the outset to be an affordable way of playing games. PC gaming is really for the elites, the people who've got quite a bit of money and can afford to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a very decent PC, sometimes thousands of pounds on a decent PC, and to constantly upgrade it and make it better and better, and after 3 years just get rid of it and get another one again, which is going to cost another $2,000. That's what the PC market is all about. The console market was always something special. It was something that anyone, doesn't matter if you were rich or you were, middle class or even lower class, you could afford one. Sometimes the lower class people had to wait a little while to save up, but you could still afford one. But the PS3 was when it all went wrong. You overpriced the unit and you put basically too much in it as well. Yes, because half the features you put in the PS3, no one ever used anyway. No one ever used. And then the PS4 came out and you priced it well. It was a well-priced machine, I have to say. A very well-priced machine. The only problem is you took away any kind of backwards compatibility with anything. It has improved over the years, but when that came out, all it could do was play PS4 games, and that was it. But the price wasn't too bad. I think it was $2.99 or $3.99, something like that when it first came out. But you know, it was affordable, and so the PS4 went on to be a very best-selling unit, basically because the price was there. It was a price point that people could afford, and of course, then developers, just like they did with the PS2, started making games in droves, and there are now so many games for the PS4. It's unbelievable. They are really huge amount of games. The library for the PS4, I think, is only second to the PS2 library. It really is. So that was where they, you know, started to pick up again, and things were going well. We managed to get past the lack of backwards compatibility with the PS3, although it's still debated today about the fact that you can't really get any way of playing PS3 games apart from on a PS3. Emulation's doing very well, but it still isn't up there. You need a very decent PC to play PS3 games through emulation due to the complicated architecture of the chips inside the PS3. Absolutely. That cell broadband, no, that was on the PS2, the cell broadband, but the processor that was in the PS3 was very, very complicated. It had 7 cores, 8 cores. One was in reserve in case one of the other cores failed, and all of that just made a machine that was very complicated to make games for the PS3. Very complicated. There was delays of quite a few months for several games cited due to the fact that they couldn't develop it for the PS3. But anyway, we got past that and we started to love the PS4. And then Sony, the PS5 came out, and once again you overpriced the unit, and you just keep increasing the price of the unit with all your other consoles. Whenever you bring out a slim model, you always brought it out at a slightly cheaper price point. You didn't do that with the PS5. You brought it out at exactly the same price point, and in fact, a few months later, it went up by about $25, £25. That was a fundamental mistake, and now you're asking $700 for a PS5 Pro that nobody asked for and nobody wants. Nobody wants a PS5 Pro. What we want is a cheap console that everyone can buy and some great games to play on it. How difficult is that for you, Sony, to understand? That's what we want. That's what we want. A cheap console and some great games to play on it. I happen to know there are only 21 games that are 100% PS5 only for the PS5. 21 games, and 7 of those games are remastered of PS4 games. Just one example of that is The Last of Us Part 2 is a remaster of the PS4 version. But actual standalone PS4, there's 21. You look it up on Google and you'll be amazed. 21 games, and the system's been out now for 4 years. We haven't even got a next generation F1 game. When the PS3 came out in 2006, I think it was 2007, almost straight away we had a next gen F1 game with F1 Championship Edition. Almost straight away. We haven't had a single one in 4 years for F1. All the F1 games are the PS4 versions, just upgraded for PS5, you know, with 4K output. That's all it is. It is not a standalone PS5 optimized game. None of them are. They're just still PS4 versions. And this is what I just don't understand. And so now you want the PS5 Pro with its $700 price point. And you've done all these little celebratory videos, and people have been round and they're showing, oh look, can you see the tiny little detail problem in the graphics when they show it side by side? Everyone I've seen on the internet has said they can't tell any bloody difference between the two pictures. Everyone says that. And apart from anything else, what difference does it really make if the picture looks 10% better than what you had before? What difference does it really make if it runs 10% faster than what it did before, if there's only 21 total games on the bloody system? If you noticed on the press preview that they did with Mark Cerny, all the games that were showcased were PS4 games. They were Ratchet and Clank, The Last of Us Part 2, both PS4 games, because they didn't have any PS5 games that they could show optimized. Unbelievable. Sony, we don't want to pay $700 for a PS5 Pro. We want to pay £300 for a PS5 with loads and loads of games coming out of our ear rolls. Not 21, Sony. We want at least, in 4 years, we should have 150 to 200 games for this system by now. I know it takes a lot longer for them to make games because of the time and the fact that they get more complicated every time. I understand that, but still, after 4 years, there should be more than 21 standalone PS5 games. I'm sorry. 21 is like the launch of a console, the amount of games you get with it then. You get like 21. A lot of them are like actual total rubbish. I think the PS2 launched with one called Fantavision, which was just a fireworks simulator. So that, half of them are rubbish, but they still like launch with about 20 games each system. And so after 4 years, it's an absolute disgrace, Sony, that we've got 21 games. 21 games. As I say, we need a console that's cheaper. There's no need, but just because you've got the monopoly, just because Xbox have now basically given up, and they've said in so many words, we've lost this race, and we don't think we're going to be bothered to even go into a race in the future with Sony. That's what they've said. They can't be bothered. They can't be bothered. Do you know the only useful thing about the PS5, and that is the PS4 backwards compatibility? That's the only useful thing about the console, is the fact that it plays PS4 games. If you look at it, it's crazy. It really is absolutely crazy. So Sony, if you're out there listening, which I'm sure you are, because someone must be, because I'm still streaming, you need to sort your shit out. Otherwise, you'll just lose so many people. Everyone loves Sony. Everyone wants to still love Sony, but you're putting us all in a very difficult position, because we can't love what's too expensive to buy, and you're just ladling more price increases on, and eventually you'll price yourself out of the market, and then no one will buy PlayStations. I can see a day when that happens. So many people I see online saying, that's it, I'm leaving PlayStation, I'm going to PC. Not because, obviously that's a lot higher price point, but just because of what Sony's doing. They just can't be bothered with it anymore, because they can see what's going to happen in the future, and they're like, no, I can't be bothered to stay on this gravy train. I'm going to go somewhere else. So yeah, Sony, please, you need to sort out your shit, because by now the PlayStation 5 should be $300. It shouldn't be $400 or $500, whatever, still as it is. That slim model is such cheaply made as well, with those stupid little stands on it to hold it horizontal. 2 bits of plastic. I could literally have made those myself. Yes, I've melted a couple of bits of plastic and made them myself. Or most parcels, you get like bits of plastic that come with the packing fit. I could have made 2 out of that. So cheaply made, Sony. You made it so cheap, and yet you're not selling it cheap. You're selling it at full price, even more than full price. I mean, the PS5 Slim compared to the original, it's horrible. And then, of course, we got the vertical stand debacle, where you're selling the stand separately, even on the PS5 Pro. I mean, how difficult would it be to slip a little stand in that box, Sony? How difficult would it be? But we all know why you've done it. We all know why you've done it, because there's still a big debate about whether this liquid metal actually will leak onto the motherboard if you stand it up vertical constantly. Sony don't know. They haven't got a crystal ball. They don't know what's going to happen 5, 6, 7 years down the line with these PS5s. So what they've done is they've covered themselves. So all the Slims now have no vertical stand. You've got to buy it yourself. So if you buy it yourself, that means you're putting yourself in a position of making the console stand vertically. So if anything goes wrong, and it does in years to come, leak down to that motherboard, Sony will just turn around and say, yeah, but the vertical stand, it's not included in the box. So that's not our problem. That's down to you. And we're not going to, pay out any compensation or a new console for you because you made the choice to buy that vertical stand. It's actually a genius move from Sony, I have to say, a genius move. And it means all they've got to cover now for warranty claims is the original big box model of the PlayStation now, because they did sell the stand that could be done vertically or horizontally. They've only got to cover themselves for those now. So if any of those go wrong in the next few years and they find out it's due to liquid metal, they will have to honour any claims on it. But for any ones in the future, and including the PS5 Pro now, they don't have to, because as I say, it's a legal standpoint. The stand is now sold separately, so you're making the choice to stand that up vertically. It's just an absolute joke. It really is. It's just so, you can just see straight through that. That's the reason why that stand isn't in the box. That's the reason why it's not in there. Otherwise, they could easily put, what is it? It's $25 for a stand, isn't it? They could have, with a £700 price tag, they could easily put it in that PS5 Pro box. But obviously, as I say, they're still not 100% sure whether that's going to leak. I've said it all along. It's liquid, and it's in a electrical component inside. Surely the law of averages would state that it's got a little sponge pad around the outside of it. That sponge pad is eventually, over years, could be 6, 7 years down the line, that sponge pad is eventually going to soak up so much of that liquid metal that it's going to start running down the side of the board. It's got to. I think Sony know that. I say they're just trying to cover themselves. But, it's just a very sad time if you're a Sony fanboy right now, like me. It's a very sad time. I just see what's going on. I see Sony with their monopoly now, and they're just charging higher and higher prices for, as I say, basically stuff that no one wants. We don't want this. We just want our PS2 era back again. We want a great console that's cheap, that isn't expensive, and we want so many games that we just haven't got enough time to play them all. That's what we want. 21 games in 4 years. You could play 21 games in about 3 months, couldn't you? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's the end of my rant against Sony. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm sorry that we haven't had an ERL this week, but that also is due to Sony. Even though they charge us an extra $10 or £10 to be privileged to be on their network, they decided tonight to make sure that it's not working for us. The ERL, the best league possibly in the world. That's a high bar to set, but I think possibly in the world, the best league out there. And they decided to cut us off, to not pursue our little bit of our time, for an hour and a half every Monday night. But, and that's on you, Sony. That's on you. Really is. You need to sort your shit out. Anyway, this has been a public information film from David the Hook. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. If there's anyone out there, tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree with me that Sony are just monopolising everything now, and I just fear for the PlayStation 6. It's gonna be a $600 machine. I can just see it now. It's the base model is gonna be $600. It really is, and it's just not on. And of course the Blu-ray drive, all the debacle about that they don't even sell the Blu-ray drive. It's separate. That's just not on either. For a $700 machine, you could have bunged the drive in with it, couldn't you, Sony? If you wanted to, you could have done, but you haven't. That's a travesty. Anyway, hopefully I will still be a Sony fanboy for many years to come, but the way things are going at the moment, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, thank you everyone. You've been awesome as always. I've been ranting for the last 30 minutes or whatever, and I'm going to go now. So thank you, and good night. And as Mr. Jerry Springer used to say back in the day, look after yourself and each other. Good night.